师父吉祥，大家吉祥。Happy Vesak Day, Buddha's birthday to everyone. And I hope that we will transfer the merits of today's reading to uh, the Vesak Day and to Buddha's birthday, and hope that we can achieve world peace and by following the 6 points reverent harmony. May you all be peaceful, happy, and healthy. So today, our topic will be the 6 points reverent harmony, which was um, instructed by Buddha to all his disciples. So let us start. Can I share the screen?
Yes.
Let's read the article from the Buddha Dharma, pure and simple. Can we assign, Erwin, can you please assign someone to read, or anyone to read from the beginning?
Let's start with Monica. Just
Monica.
one by one.
Okay. Please, Monica.
Mike first. Unmute. Monica, unmute, please. You're mute.
Sorry. 6 points of reverent harmony. From the dawn of time, wise sages have emphasized the importance of interpersonal harmony. For example, Confucianism advocated that peace is priceless. Harmony leads to auspiciousness, peaceful and pleasant continence, and peaceful coexistence without going with the flow. In Buddhism, it is often said that a monastery prospers when there are no disputes. Conflicts can be avoided when interpersonal harmony is achieved. The 6 points of reverent harmony are practiced by the Sangha to maintain harmony, facilitate interaction, and conduct daily affairs. Hence, monastics are also known as Henshang, most venerable. He refers to harmony and Shang to venerate. In other words, he Shang is one who venerates peace and harmony.
Okay. Next one. 2
Leo.
paragraphs. This paragraph. Who this?
Leo.
Next. Leo.
Buddhist monastics are required to follow the Dharma in all aspects of life and abide by 6 points of reverent harmony. This includes their interactions, views, daily affairs, and spiritual cultivation due to the consensus and practice. The Sangha can live together in joy and harmony without disputes. Harmony refers to being harmonious in principles and in practice. In other words, monastics live in harmony by sharing the same understandings of truth and the way daily affairs are conducted. The 6 points of reverent harmonies are: the first, harmony in views through shared understanding. This means unity in ideologies and to have a consensus in understanding. If there is discord in views, it will be difficult to live and work together. Hence, there should be harmony and consensus established in view. The
Okay.
second,
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Can we ask another one? Thank you. Another one. Second and third harmony, please.
Second, moral harmony through sharing the same precepts. This means equality of rules. Everyone should abide by the same set of precepts and rules without exception. No one has special privileges. In other words, everyone is equal before the law. Number 3, economic harmony through equal sharing. This means economic sharing where all living necessities are equally distributed among the members of the Sangha. There is no discrimination based on position or ranking. Hence, everyone has equal rights.
Okay. Number 4 and 5. Anyone?
Yeah, Mental harmony. Hello?
Yes, go
Yes.
ahead.
Mental harmony through shared happiness. This means the harmony of intentions. One should be polite, have good etiquette, be well mannered, harmonious, and respectful to one another when living in a community.
Mhm.
Verbal harmony through avoiding disputes. This means joy through words. There are no arguments or disputes. All conversations are spoken only in the language of a Buddhist monastery. For example, may I inquire your Dharma name, Venerable? Please give a Dharma talk, Elder Venerable. I, a student, dare not accept this honor. Your humble student is filled with afflictions and requests for your guidance. Where there is Dharma, there is no conflict.
Can you continue until number 6, please?
Physical harmony through living together. This means a stable and joyful living environment. A temple is a community where everyone lives together. Since everyone has chosen a path of spiritual cultivation for joy, everyone should live together with a joyful heart. Within
Okay,
this mix,
okay. Next one. Thank you, Amel. Next one, please.
Within the 6 points of reverent harmony, harmony in view, moral harmony, and economic harmony from the essence of harmony. Mental harmony, verbal harmony, and physical harmony are its actualization. Harmony is truly wonderful. For example, people wear clothes with different colors, but if the colors are in harmony, one naturally looks elegant. The five senses may look different from one another, but when these features are in harmony, one naturally looks beautiful. The body's internal organs have a different functions, but when they work together harmoniously, one is naturally healthy.
Okay, who else? Di pa nakabasa. Who else?
Stephanie? Steph? Paul na lang.
Joy and tranquility are achieved because the Sangha community adheres to the 6 points of reverent harmony. Likewise, a family that practices these will also be happy and free from strife. A team that follows these maximizes their teamwork potential. A society that practices the 6 is peaceful, joyful, and beneficial. A country that realizes this is prosperous, healthy, buoyant, and organized. Ultimately, the 6 points of reverent harmony are known as the 6 ways to build a harmonious world. If everyone practices accordingly, society will naturally be free from conflict and countries will naturally be stable and prosperous.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for reading. Okay. And I'll share another screen. Okay. Wait lang. Okay. So today we will be discussing about the 6 points of reverent harmony. So as what we have read a while ago, there are, number 1, is harmony in views through shared understanding, moral harmony through sharing the same precepts, economic harmony through equal sharing, mental harmony through shared happiness, and verbal harmony through avoid disputes, physical harmony through living together. As Buddha has instructed about these points of reverent harmony, and Po Guangshan Monastery or religious order practices the 6 points of reverent harmony. For example, number 1, harmony in views through shared understanding. So all the monastics in Po Guangshan, they follow the Bodhisattva path, and they follow the spiritual leader, Venerable Master Xing Yun, and And Fu Guangshan advocates there are four objectives of Fu Guangshan. And the first one, to propagate Dharma through culture, to foster talent through education, to benefit society to benefit society through charity, to purify human minds through spiritual cultivation. So these objectives are carried over all over the world, in all our temples around the world, and also the adherents, the PLIA members. So also Fo Guangshan promotes humanistic Buddhism, the three acts of goodness, the four givings here. So all of these they have the common objectives and the common understanding, shared understanding among the monastics and also the lay devotees. Now, secondly, the moral harmony, the same precepts. So monastics, the male or the bhikshu they have to follow 250 precepts, and the bhikshuni is about 348 something precepts. So they have harmony because they have to follow the precepts. And then economic harmony through equal sharing. In Fo Guangshan, all monastics will be using the same, they have the same uniform, the same shoes, and they request if they need, there is an equal distribution. Even also what they are eating, the abode are all in equal. And the next one is mental harmony through shared happiness. Of course, because everyone respect each other, and there is harmony within the monastics. And the fifth one is verbal harmony by practicing saying good words and avoiding disputes, not avoiding the four kinds of verbal disharmony, like saying, telling lies, and double language. So usually this is not practiced in Fo Guangshan, and there is no dispute. There's a common goal, and they respect each other. And the sixth one is physical harmony through living together. They stay in the temple together and following the five precepts, respecting others. So they maintain the physical harmony. So actually, when Buddha said this, it is also applicable to us ordinary people, and it can be applicable to ourselves, our family, the community, and the nation, and throughout the world. So here are our monastics. You see, they have they pay respects, due respects, and here they're eating together. They meet and discuss matters. These are the ceremonies. When they have elect and choose the monastics for after, because after Venerable Master Shin, we have 5 monastic, what do you call this? They have board of directors also. Okay, let us see this picture. What can you say about this picture? Can anyone tell us what do you see on this picture? Hello, Amiel, what can you say about this picture?
Recitation. Okay.
Ano masasabi mo dyan sa picture?
I think, oh my gosh. All right. It's a very nice picture that no matter how simple their life may be, they live in harmony with each other.
Yes.
Because they live, or they all sleep in one bed. Because if they are not in harmony, there will be a big problem.
How many children?
Okay, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, including the dog and the 6 human beings with the dog, chicken, and the cat.
When I see this picture, I was so amazed with the looks of their face. Can you look at their face? They look so,
peaceful.
They look so, how do they look? They look so peaceful, satisfied, calm, you know, and happy in their face. They're smiling while they're sleeping.
Cozy.
Cozy, even if there is, you know, they are putting on an umbrella, sleeping like that. No, everybody. I remember even in Filipino families, you remember that we sleep on the floor all together. Our brothers and sisters, we all lie down on the floor and sleep together. It's so happy. It's so happy because when I was small, I also experienced that, and we are really close with my brothers. So this painting was done by a Turkish poet. His name is Nazim Hikmat. Once asked his friend Abdidin Dino, a Turkish artist and well-known painter, to draw a picture of happiness. He drew a picture of a whole family cramped up on a broken bed under a leaky roof in a shabby room, but still with a smile on each other's face. Goes without saying that the painting became very famous. Yes, happiness is not the absence of suffering, but acceptance of suffering. See good around you even in trying situations. Stop worrying about things which are beyond our control. So let's stay happy. Yeah. So happiness can't be bought by money. So applying the 6-7 harmony, let's say in the family, for example, so going back to the reverent harmony, the first one is by an understanding, right? Wait, tayo gumalaw ko. It's not moving. Harmony in views through shared understanding. I will show you a video here. A video, wait. It's lost. Can you see the video?
Yes.
Can you see the video?
Yes.
Okay, the sound. What about the sound? Is there sound?
No sound.
Here?
You need to play first.
Yes, try it. Try to press play.
Is there
今
sound?
天是除夕夜，可是一直在下雨。快要过年了，但是大家的心情都不好。为了哥哥坚持要买新摩托车的事，爸爸妈妈和哥哥又吵架了。
家里这辆摩托车不可以用吗？还不懂得赚钱就要乱花钱。
哎呀，现在行情不是很好，能用就先用着旧的吧。
那辆老爷摩托车整天都坏，你自己用，我才不要。都是你，斯姆多拜尔。
明明是新年，为什么大家都不开心呢？猫咪，你可以告诉我，我们怎样才可以一家人开开心心过年呢？爸爸妈妈，你们看，走，快来看啊！
哎呀，下这么大雨，四位老先生，请赶快进来我们家避一避雨吧。
太太，谢谢您的好意，但是我们有个规矩，就是我们4个人当中就只能1个人进去。你们要请谁呀？
我是财富，
我是成功，
我是平安。
哈哈，大家都叫我和谐。
当然是请财富，那么一家人就可以过好日子了。不，请成功，我要成功，我要家人以我为荣。
等一下，我觉得平安最重要，请平安，
请财富，请财富，请成功财富。
和谐是什么？ 为什么你们都不请和谐进来呢？
对，你说的对。为什么我们都不请和谐进来呢？新年要来了，一家人应该和和气气才对。我们就请和谐老人进来吧。咦，你们不是说只能一个人进来吗？怎么全都进来了？
我们还有另外一个规矩，就是只要和谐进来，平安、成功、财富都得通通跟着进来。
我现在知道了，要让我们一家人开开心心，就是要和谐。
Do you know who wrote the story? Do you know who wrote the story?
No.
Can you guess? Huh? Can you guess? It's
Sir
Venerable
Singin.
Master
I
Xing
know.
Yin.
Tingin.
Yes. And he wrote the story, and it was in animation, made in animation. So, what did we learn from the story? But who are the four old men? Who are the four old men? Who wants to come in? Four. Who are they?
Me.
Harmony.
Who? One is harmony.
Wealth.
Wealth,
Success.
success,
Peace.
and
Well-being.
well-being. Four. So all of them, that you have to choose one, right, Patrick? So what did the father choose? What did the father choose?
Wealth at first.
Well, because they want to have money to buy a motorcycle. What about the mother? What did she choose?
Chose
Well-being.
Well-being.
Well,
be healthy and safe.
yes, well-being as a mother, the usual. What about the son? What does he want?
Success.
Success. A young man wants success. And the little girl who was so disturbed, it's a New Year's Eve and everybody is arguing and then asking the kitten, what shall we do? Right? How can we stop the argument? And then she chose what? She chose harmony. So when harmony came in, everybody joins. See? So, auspiciousness will come when there is harmony, whether it is in our family, in our business, in the country. Yeah. And I hope that we have harmony in our country. No more arguments. And we have so many, election is coming, and, coming in are also black propaganda and everything. And then saying, black propaganda and false news and misinformation and everything will be around. So we have to be very discerning. So, and talking about family harmony, there was a story about a Zen master, Zengai, who was on his way home from a Dharma talk. And then along the way, he met a couple fighting loudly on the street. And then the wife said, "You are not a man. You are not a man." He shouted at his husband. And the husband was so angry. "Don't say that. Don't say that. I will kill you. I will kill you." But the wife still continued shouting, "You are not a man. You are not a man." The lousy husband. And the husband, the more he is angrier, the more he is angry at the wife, and they are fighting and shouting very loud. And the Chan master Zengai saw them, and then he said, "Oh, two people are quarreling. Wow, that's really something. Everybody, please come and watch fighting. When you go to watch bullfight, you have to buy tickets to watch the fight, right? You buy tickets, but here it's free. It's free. Come all and watch them fighting. Someone's gonna kill someone." And then one passerby saw the monk shouting like that and said, "Why is he shouting like that? You're a monk." Said, "Why should you say those words?" And asking them to fight and fight. And then Master Zengai said, "Don't you think it's good when somebody kills someone, somebody dies, and then I can chant, I can say prayers, and then I can have Hong Pao, Hong Pao." And then the passerby was angrier, said, how come you Mok say that? Well, they are fighting, and then you are asking them to fight and kill each other. Well, and then he said, it's okay if they don't kill each other. If someone leaves, it's also good. I can say the Dharma. And then the couple who was fighting, they suddenly stopped and looked at the master and was listening to master and the passerby arguing each other. And then when that couple stopped fighting and the master started speaking. So he said, you should be like a wife should be like wait I'd get the exact words more beautiful. He said, no matter how thick the ice is, when the sun comes out, it will melt. No matter how cold the food is, when firewood is lit, then it will be cooked thoroughly. So since conditions brought you together as husband and wife, so you need the wife and husband, you have to need to be the sun that warms the other person and be the firewood that melts the other person. So as husband and wife, you should love and respect one another. So that's the way how the Chan master taught the couple in his skillful way in teaching them. So you never expect that a master will say those words, right? He uses his wisdom in doing that. Unlike us, when we see situations like that, we would say, oh, don't stop fighting. You just pull and don't stop fighting. And some others will what? Will just watch them and just get by and pass by and don't mind them, right? So,
some will record the video.
What? Yes.
Some will record the video of the people
correct.
fighting
Record the
and
video.
post it.
Yeah, that's what is happening now. And then it will be an internet sensation, and then shown in Facebook. The people now are really fond of doing that, no? Doing TikTok and everything. So here in go back. So here in harmony within families, it's really very important between husband and wife. You have to have a shared understanding in how you will have, how you will handle your family, how to go through your life, how to there should be an understanding, guidelines within your family between husband and wife, how to raise the family. And moral harmony, of course, by sharing precepts is also applicable to the family. When you're having, you have moral harmony, like husband, wife, how should they behave? They should trust each other and following the precepts. And everyone in the family, if they follow precepts, the 5 precepts at the minimum, then there will be harmony. And number 3, the economic harmony is equal sharing. The husband and wife, sometimes the husband will not earning that much as the wife. So how can they, put a balance in that without hurting each other's pride? And also how to use the budget, the family budget. That you have to, husband and wife, to discuss about this. And mental harmony to shared happiness, because they practice respect, understanding, and between each other, filial piety. So there will be happiness among the family. And number 5, verbal harmony, avoiding disputes. If we don't say bad words to each other, say encouraging words, say good words, then harmony can be achieved. And of course, physical harmony, living together, there should be no harassment, beating the children, and beating the wives, battered wife. So physical harmony of living together, it is this 6 harmony is applicable in the family and also in other aspects of, in all levels of the society. So let's see. I have a question before I proceed, and then we can discuss about these 2 questions later. Number 1, what are the causes of disharmony in the family, at work, in a nation, in the world? Number 2, how do you deal with conflict, misunderstanding in your family or work or any situation? Anything sounds familiar? Maybe later you can share how do you deal with conflict that you have encountered or you have seen others encounter. And
Louisa,
maybe you have,
Louisa,
yes?
do you have your files on the screen?
Oh, I have, but you didn't
No,
see
we
it.
cannot see it.
I didn't share it. Okay, wait, sorry.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm sure right now. Can you see it now?
Yeah, we see.
Okay, here. So number one is, what are the causes of disharmony in the family, work, in the nation, in the world? Number two, how do you deal with conflict in your family or work or any situation? So you can think about it and we will discuss it later. Now here, well, last time I had a talk about the 5 harmonies and the harmony between the harmony. We have this environmental harmony. If there's harmony in the word sickness, here, the environmental preservation will, actually, this is part of my last lecture. Will not include it now.
I think you have to zoom out first.
Okay, zoom out. Let's go back here on the first part. So Buddha taught about the 6 reverent harmony, and Venerable Master Xing Yun speaks about the 5 harmonies. So I would like also to share this with you. And here, the harmony includes, first is individual harmony, achieved through joy. Second is family harmony, achieved through deference. Third is the interpersonal harmony, achieved through respect. Fourth is social harmony, achieved through cooperation. And word harmony, achieved through peace. So here, individual harmony achieved through joy. There was once a dog who was little dog, a puppy, running and running in circles, And then the old dog asked him, "Why are you running in circles?" And the little dog said, "Someone told me that happiness is found on my tail." And then the old dog said, "You cannot find happiness in your tail. The more you run after it, the more it goes away. Actually, happiness is within you. You don't need to find it away from you. Happiness is within ourselves." So here, Buddha said, do not look outside for something that can be found only in our heart. The harmony outside can only distract you from true reality. True harmony can only be found inside. I remember last week when Venerable Yolin had a webinar with some UST students, so Asian studies students, and they wanted to learn about Buddhism. And one of the questions there was, during this pandemic, because of stress, many people turn to eating, buying foods, binging on foods, and shopping online just to get away to cope with this pandemic and the stress that is, and depression that they're having. So, so Master Yolin said that first thing is you have to check if you have enough money to buy. You have the capacity to buy. And secondly, also, even if you buy all those things, for the moment, yes, you could satisfy your needs, yes, but that will not be eventually the answer to the problem. We have to find the harmony or the joy within us, a balance within us. And these are also impermanent. Things are impermanent. It will make you happy for a certain time, but you cannot be satisfied in the long run. So happiness is within us. Here. So happiness is also not being affected by the 8 winds. Actually, it's 8 winds. Praise, ridicule, defamation, honor, gain, loss, sorrow, and joy. These are the 8 winds that we are always being affected. If we are not affected by this, then we could say we are in a happy state. And here, Happiness is when that what you think and what you say and what you do are in harmony, from Gandhi. See, say, think, say, and do. That's the 3 acts of goodness also. Now, when we have harmony in our body, the organs functioning well, and we become healthy, right? Now, second is family harmony through deference, meaning paying respect. You have this Filipino culture of mano and saying opo, opo, or po, and taking care of our elders, no, of our older family members. These are good qualities. Here, respect to our elders, and mutual respect and mutual listening are the foundation of harmony within the family. So respect, and we have to listen to each other. Adults listening to children, children listening to adults. And then the third one is interpersonal harmony achieved through respect. So we don't always have to agree with each other. We can agree to disagree. What is important is we learn to respect each other. Yes. Social harmony achieved through cooperation. As we have now the interfaith harmony, interfaith gatherings, they're trying to make more understanding between religions, acceptance and understanding and coexistence. Like this one, we see the Pope and Venerable Jepe, and the Cardinal from Taiwan, and our Master also. Here, in the book that we read a while ago, it says the colors there are different colors, but put together they are in harmony. They look good, right? Have you tried joining the colors in Manila? Anyone? It's a happy event attended by young people. They spread colors on their shirt. See, even in games, in sports, Michael Jordan said, talent wins games, but teamwork and intelligence win championship. And anyone knows Phil Jackson, the coach, the famous coach who practices meditation with his players. I think it's LA Lakers. He said, good teams become great ones when the members trust each other enough to surrender the me for the we. So harmony within the group, within the team. It's not the work of one person. It's a work of everyone. So maintaining harmony. And I have to go back. There's no harmony in my slides right now. Okay, now the fifth one, word harmony as achieved through peace. Here, this is what we are trying to achieve right now, especially now that I'm quite bothered with the war going on in Israel and Palestine. And let us all pray that there will be peace at last in that place. And hopefully they will reach a common solution. So peace is more than the absence of war. Peace is accord and harmony. And peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding, according to Albert Einstein. By understanding, not by force. Here, peace is insignificant for any country that seeks prosperity because it is easier to uplift the economy in a peaceful environment. So to make a country prosper, still we have to have peace and harmony. That's the first ingredient. So Venerable Master said, how does harmony look like? How do you describe it? So look at this. What do you think of this? Is there harmony here? OJ? Oj?
Well,
harmony?
yes.
How?
The colors are still harmonious.
Yes.
The greens in relation to the fuchsias mostly the colors are green, right?
Yes,
But the
yes.
fuchsias and the browns
Mhm.
provide accent without
Correct.
without tipping the balance, the visual balance of the whole picture.
Right. So the green ones accented to make the flowers more beautiful, right? And there's a harmony there. I know they are what we call this. They look beautiful, and because the more we see the beauty of the flowers because of the green plants, leaves. And here in music, of course, if there are the music, there should be melody and there should be the accompaniment, the piano and any musical instrument to make it sound more beautiful sounds. What about food? When you eat, right? When you go to buffet, you want a rich flavor of food, sweet, sour, salty, pungent, yeah, different tastes to make your food more delicious. So these are the looks of harmony in action, in working. And look at the face. See, when there is balance in the face, right? That is the basis of as someone who is beautiful, balance in the face. There was once a story about the eyes, the nose, the mouth, ears, and the eyebrows. And they were arguing. The eye said, I'm the most important part of the face, so I have to be the first one. And then the nose said, no, it's me who is important. I can smell. And the mouth said, I'm the one who eats, so I'm the most important. And then while they were arguing, the eyebrows said, oh, I'm a useless. I'm not very useful. So I would rather stay behind or below. So they decided to change the positions. So what happened? How do they look? The eyebrows down there, and then they have different positions of the face. And then the more they look at it, they say, oh no, it looks ugly. It doesn't look proportionate. So at the end, they still go back to the same old position. So everyone, it should be put in the right place. So there will be harmony, a balance to look good. And here, this is Confucius. He said, can you read this, please? Cons. Kangxi, can you read what Confucius said?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. First, there must be order and harmony within your own mind. Then this order will spread to your family, then to the community, and finally to your entire kingdom. Only then can you have peace and harmony. Confucius.
Yeah. Okay. What can you say about this? It applies from then. Hello.
Yes.
Until now.
Yes.
Kahit kailan, di ba? Wait ha. Kahit kailan. Ever since beginning until now, still applicable. It's still applicable. Okay. So there must be order and harmony within our own mind first. Then it's spread to our family. If you don't have harmony in ourselves, how can you spread to the family? If you have so many issues on your own, how can you treat your family well? Right? You will like to argue, quarrel because something is bothering you. Then also, it will also spread from family, it will spread to community, and finally to entire kingdom. So you know what? I remembered one of our tag schools, Three Acts of Goodness School in Sorsogon. That the principal there is Sir Rowan Celestra. He practiced our Three Acts of Goodness. He applied it in his school, and during the pandemic, he initiated the planting on their schoolyards, and also the community pantry. That was long before we have the community pantry in Manila. There in their province, in the school, they have this community set up. They put their foods there. Somebody donated, and then those people who needs the food, they can get it for free. And also have projects like ENAI. ENAI is they empower the mothers of the students and let them learn some technology, how to use the computer. so they can also interact with the children. They can understand how to use it. And so they have many projects related to 3 acts of goodness, and their school has the 3 acts of goodness logo. So he was highly respected and awarded by the local government in Sorsogon, and even the superintendent in Sorsogon, DepEd superintendent, said he never surprised me, and because of his contribution to the community, not just in the school, but in the whole community. Even the parents are now involved in school activities. So, nag-ano siya, it spreads. So here, leadership is about vision, responsibility, and not power. There. So here, in the 5 harmonies, Venerable Master Hsing said, no matter if it is between countries, ethnicities, or religious groups, harmony will bring amity, peace, reconciliation, joy, and success that transforms the world into a better place. So in summary, when we promote, Vinmantisic Buddhism promotes the 3 acts of goodness, forgivings, and the 5 harmonies. So that's all. Thank you for listening to me, and thank you for your time. Now, it's time for us to have our discussion and sharing time about the 2 questions. There you go. So, what are the causes of disharmony in the family? You can say anything, but you can choose either about family, or work, in the world. So anyone can start, or can use which question you want to answer. How do you deal with conflict in your family? Have you encountered conflict in your family? Family inheritance, you know, when you have money, sometimes inheritance is a big problem. Me, I and my brothers, I have 3 younger brothers. We have no conflict at all. We are close. We help each other. We take care of each other. We don't quarrel about inheritance because there's no inheritance. Money is the root cause of evil sometimes. So anyone wants to talk? Hello.
I just
Yes.
relate
Erwin?
or
Yeah.
talk to about harmony in a nation, especially related to Israel and Palestine.
Mm-hmm.
So in your talk, well, in the article, it is mentioned there that harmony comes from living together, and that is one of the reasons why Israel and Palestine is in conflict since 1947, I think. Why? Because at that time, the whole place is actually Palestine. And they just agreed in United Nations that they will divide it between Israel and Palestine, and gave a big chunk of land to Israel. And so the Palestine at the time, they will not agree to share the place with Israel. And so on the day the I don't know what they call it, treaty or something, is active, the Arabs, several nations around that place, attacked Israel. But what they did not know was the Israelites were ready to fight already by that time. So they end up winning the war, and they end up having a bigger place than what were given to them. And then in 1967, the Arabs attacked them again, and still Israel won, and they end up even bigger place. So right now, the whole place, only one portion there, they call the West Bank, is left with the Palestine, and then the Gaza, a small place there, Gaza for Palestine. But the problem now is the Israelites are the one who are not contented with what they have. They keep on encroaching into the West Bank, and how they encroach is they build settlements, Israelites, villages, and things like that. So that's why I had a chance to go there in 2000, I don't know, forgot, 2019. Israel, that the roads will pass through all those Palestine areas, and there are big walls to divide the Israelites from the Palestine, and these are all within supposedly Palestinian area. And the conflict now was because there's a fight in court, and supposedly the decision will come out last week, and they think, because the court is Israeli court, so they think that the Palestinian will be evicted from their homes again. And these are in Palestinian community also. So that's why the Palestinian is getting more and more angry, because Israel, they already have their share and the bigger share, and they're still not contented. So when you asked earlier, how will this end? In fact, our tour guide at that time is Israel. He said, this will never end. Because even if they go back to the 1967 division, for example, there are already Israelites in West Bank living there. So meaning to say, they have to move these people out of West Bank if that will happen, right? So it's getting more and more complex. So they don't see any end to this conflict. The way I see it, it will end when one or the other will eliminate the other. But then again, 1,000 years after, they will come back and fight again, which is what happened to Israel. They were driven out of Israel by the Ottoman in the 1300s. So there were no more Israelites or Jewish there, but slowly they come back, and when they were strong, they were the ones now occupying the whole thing. So again, it goes back to what you said earlier, that if there is no harmony between people trying to live together, then these things will happen. And we're seeing it in history, and we're seeing it here in the present. And most people you ask, they still see it in the future.
This really, yeah, thousands of years of history. It's really, we don't know when is the end for this. The other night I was watching the YouTube. I think that's National Security Council meeting. I mean, the Security Council, UN Security Council. There was a meeting from different representatives, and there is the Palestine talking, and also from Israel talking, and and there are also dogs around. They didn't turn off the speaker, the mic, and you can see dogs and children and when they were expressing the loss of lives, and they're airing all of their sides. But I hope that there will be ceasefire soon, and lesser country to meddle. Lesser country to meddle. There, Palestine are really, it's so pitiful what's happening. Yes, bombing here and there, just like, I don't know, you're watching like the sky, like like rockets,
fireworks,
missiles, fireworks, and the drones. I don't know, it's like a movie.
Yeah. Master G, maybe you can tell us your story about the 5 fingers related to harmony.
I thought you know the story.
I kind of forgot. I know I have 5 fingers, but that's all I know.
Okay, so it's like the similar story with Auntie Luisa. I think among the what's the most all useful. So normally what we use for thumbs. So the thumbs will say, I'm the best one because I always thumbs up. And then this finger will say, I'm the best because I'm the one to let you taste the good food. Okay, then how about the middle finger? I'm the tallest. So of course, I'm the best. How about this finger? This finger saying that I'm the best because the wedding ring always here. I help you to find a good couple out there. How about the last finger? The last finger feel very sad and feel very disappointed because I'm the last and I'm the smallest and I don't have functions. So suddenly someone say, you can use this one to clear your ears and to clear your nose. So there's function also. I am meal. Don't do that. So among the five, they are fighting also. Who's the best, who's the most useful, and who's the most powerful? So which one is the best? So you decide yourself. We have five. We are lucky we have five.
Yeah, this one's for.
Four? This one for what? Test the food? You clear the dust and then test the food? No.
To clear the dust away.
Clear together. So among the five, we need to use it because it has its own function. There's nothing that is considered as the best or the most powerful or most useful. We are lucky we have five and we are complete, we are five. Some of them only four and then some of them have six. Of course, the six is not really useful. So how we going to use these five? So the harmonize is among these five. If only four, when you do something, also difficult. When you want to hold the pen, also very difficult. So four. So there are many, so which is useful and how we make it as harmonized for our body. Just like Miss Luisa Sijie mentioned just now, that is how we make sure our organs in harmonize. That is when you are healthy. So when any part of our organs is sick, there's disharmonize inside the body. So there is a time when you're sick. So we have to know, but there is, okay, in terms of medicine, the Western medicine is where you pain, that is how we cure it. But the difference of the Chinese medicine is they will check all first, make sure which is the cause of the discomfortable or the sickness come in. So sometimes with headache, maybe it's because of your gastric. Maybe it's because sometimes you feel dizzy, not because of the blood, but maybe you're overfull. Or you're too hungry, or depends. So that is really different. So we have to know the root or the cause of the organs, why it's not harmonious anymore. Thank you.
Thank you, Safo. That's very
Thank you, Master. Speaking of harmony, there's disharmony now in this world because we have sickness. This disharmony of our environment. Yes, Master Shui, right? I want to plug in our vegetarian plant-based diet. People are asking, why do we have this COVID? I said, as long as we don't have harmony in nature, as long there is pollution, there will still mutants, variants coming. So, our air pollution comes from what? The second most, the second biggest reason why we have air pollution is meat animal agriculture. Animal agriculture. Plant-based Jollibee, yes. I hope Jollibee will come out and McDonald's will come out with, by the way, Mabuhay Temple's burger is #1. Tastes so good. Huh? Yeah. So I was telling them that without plant-based diet, it's very hard. You see, when we have animal agriculture, we have a loss of biodiversity. We have to cut off many forests, the trees, and make it into grassland for the cows, the sheep to graze on those, and also loss of tons of water every year because of animal husbandry and agriculture. So and the methane gas. So there is imbalance already in our atmosphere. And so our respiratory sickness comes from air pollution. And COVID is a respiratory illness. It's very hard unless we all have to really work, not just double hard, but quadruple hard in order to, gain the balance. So Amiel, eat vegetarian, huh? Be vegetarian.
Yes, vegetarian Jollibee.
Jollibee.
Only the fries. Only the French fries. Yeah. I just want to share with regards to the topic, with regards to conflict and harmony. I think there are 3 things that comes into my mind. First, in order for us to avoid conflict and have this harmony, we have to have an open mind. Because we'll never know, the thing that we will hear the next moment will trigger our patience, our reaction. So we have to keep an open mind. Second, at least be informed. Well, you might not know everything about something, but be informed. Because, for example, I would usually attend interfaith gatherings of youth from different religions and faith. And in terms of the Philippine religious diversity, it's like there's a Catholic priest and an Aglipay priest.
Okay.
So if you are not informed, you might make a mistake of asking an Aglipay or an Aglipay priest or a Catholic priest, why can you marry and they cannot? Because an Aglipay priest, they abolish their, chastity something. They are allowed to marry. Okay? So Aglipay ministers or priests can marry. But Catholic priests cannot get married. Okay? But if you go to their churches, it looks the same. It looks exactly the same. So when you go to an Aglipay church, you will see the image of Jesus, the image of Mary. Everything is the same. But if you go to a Catholic church, it's also there. So if you are not informed about the differences, you might make a mistake about, asking asking an insensitive question. Well, you don't know about it, but you might trigger a discussion that might lead to misunderstanding. So that's the second one. Open mind, be informed. And the third one, I think you have to be brave. Because when I was younger, I thought that to maintain harmony, I should always say yes. I should always say, yes, it's okay, I can do this. But, when I grew older, I realized that we have to, find the logic and reason for a particular situation. Not all the time, saying yes can lead to harmony. Sometimes, for example, at work, if your boss will assign you something and you will be like, yes, 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 yes. And then they give you more. And then later on, you will argue with your boss because all your workloads are all over the place. So that will cause some conflict. And that might cause you to argue with your boss because in the first place, you said yes to all of the requests of your boss. And you did not try to negotiate what you can do at the moment. So if you're not brave enough to say what you feel, how you honestly feel about something, then it might cause to conflict in the future. So those are the three things that I find like significant. Be open-minded, be informed, at least a little information won't hurt. And finally, be brave. Be brave to say no. Be brave to say your side of the story and ask the right questions so that
Yeah,
you will not misunderstand things. Yep.
correct.
That's it.
I agree with you.
Kamsahamnida.
That's good. I agree with you. We have to be informed. No, mahirap na misinformed, then we uh say something that shows our ignorance. And be brave to say in a right way in how to negotiate. It should be a skill, a technique in how to negotiate and to influence, be an influencer, to influence other without not really manipulating. That's not more the way how you influence people to believe, to listen to you. That's also a skill. What can you say, Mateo, as Jose? Are you here? Want to say something? Is Jose here? No, he's not here.
He's
What
here.
can you say? What can you say, Jill Kay, about Emil? Or anyone wants to comment? Paul or Leo, want to say something?
I want to share the misunderstanding in the family because of um uh, for me, or as I observe for everybody, is so in Chinese we almost advocate for the harmony in the family, but actually I think that harmony in the family is the hardest thing to achieve because of the family members are the most closest person we interact or we get close. Um, while we do everything, they maybe will count on us or maybe will um suggest us by the really strict way. So it's really easy to have a distribution in the family while we are more easy to get along with others, especially in the temples or in our office. Use a really um, harmonic way to interact with other people, but in the families I think that is not quite easy. So that's why there are some Shifu in Fo Guangshan temple tell us that actually your family is your Daochang, it is your temple. Yeah, we have to the Shifu in the Fo Guangshan temple always tell us that you have to take what you learned in Fo Guangshan back to your family and practice it. That's a way to examine yourself or is it really what you learn and really takes it back in your life.
Yeah, it's harder to practice in the family, the ultimate challenge. Because you are so comfortable with our family members. So you can say anything you want, knowing that, oh, they will just forgive me, or it's just too close. And so there's no barrier and you can say anything. But unlike other, we have some, some respect or some distance in others. That's true. It's 一个好的那个道场啊，让我们学习呀。Right. True. Paul, you want to say something?
I have something related to that. Let me just share quickly because
sure, Erwin.
I remember before I have this question: why the people closest to us are making our life difficult? So I tried to look for the answer from the Buddhist perspective also, and I happened to go to National Bookstore at that time. I left my daughter in the children's book, and then I went to the Buddhist book. And I looked around some books there, and I saw one book by the Dalai Lama, and he mentioned that if your loved ones is making your life difficult, you should be happy, or you should appreciate what they're doing. I said, you know, practicing Buddhism is so difficult because we are the ones who should always appreciate. Even people who's making our life difficult, we should appreciate them. I said, why? So he explained, because he said, they are the ones helping you practice, right? So in the temple, the master just teach us. The master is not able to make us practice because the master is always so kind to us, right? So we have to go home or go somewhere else and face this reality and see if we really learn and we really was able to absorb what the master taught us. So it's very nice. Good thing you remind me about that.
It is like the knife being sharpened. It's like the knife being sharpened. Yes,
Okay.
anyone wants to say, to add something?
Sorry, I like to add, to finish my story of the 5 finger. What's the function of the last finger? It's not really for you to do this, but the last finger say that because I'm the closest to Buddha. So when we join the palms, which one is far, which one is near? So even though you are the shortest, but you are the nearest. So it depends. So, and also I would like to add in the story of Erwin. You say that the master kindness to you. So maybe I will share this to Master Miao Ren. So that you can practice either in temple and so that you can be balanced, harmonized in the temple and also harmonized in your home. Thank you.
Just as the Dharma support, don't let us practice. We have a lot of practice outside the temple.
I remember Venerable Yongguang, a story. She said that you should be happy if the wife is still, you are quarreling or arguing with you, the wife is still arguing with you. That means she is still healthy. And once a day comes that he doesn't argue anymore, that's a problem now. That's a problem already. He has no mayo li chi and no strength to argue with you. That's a problem. Anyone else? You still have time, or is it's already 9:15? Yeah. Shall we?
Jilse is.
Jilke. Yes. Do you want to say something?
Master Yolin can share.
Yes.
Something.
Master Yolin.
Metaphor. I'd like to show you a short video. Just maybe some of you also watch it from my Facebook, right? Okay.
It's beautiful. I saw that. Beautiful dance.
Okay. It's just it's just a 1 minute and 15 seconds video that while Luisa was sharing about the harmonies, and then I thought about this video to share up with all of you. Like it's like proudly present to you. The reason why I want to present this because if you didn't realize it, it is actually the combination of the people like is our Haumealcher, the first grade of Quang Minh College students, and also our Mabuhay Temple staff. The age bracket is 20 to 50 years old, and you didn't realize it because they are wearing the same attires, the Filipinas, very harmony colors with a very nice weather. They purposely choose this time, like 4 to 5 o'clock, to take this video because they want to get the sky scene like sunset view. And I want to share this because I know these people, they are, not everyone expert in dancing and not everyone have the confidence to perform. But from the video, we cannot see anything like they are scared or they are, not confident. But they are just enjoying it every moment that they perform to us. So this video is basically we prepare for an international event for China. The China TV station, they have Focongsan China have cooperation with this China TV, and they want us to prepare a video like combination of Asian country. So we were chosen as one. That's why out of the I think 3 minutes or 5 minutes songs, and then they will include us in 1 minute. So because of the pandemic, we already sent the students back. We have no more students, and where can I look for these people to perform? So the only people that stay in the temple are our Haumealcher. Haumealcher is the Good Seed project of Venerable Master Hsing Yun that we train. We continue to support the graduates of Quang Minh College students to have a career. Like now they are served in the temple. Some we already send them to other countries like Malaysia, Singapore. They taught children there English. They are teaching English in other countries. And then also some they have other things. So like this, some of their students, they are good in dancing, and they because of pandemic we have everything like live stream. So they learn the technical things like how to do live stream, how to make video, how to make a good PPT and so on. And for their staff, Mabuhay staff, of course they are not in a very high education level, but then they are willing to learn. At first they practice like after work every night, I think for 1 week. And then the last minute, one of the staff told me, Master, can I just quit because I'm not confident to dance. I don't know how to dance. I don't know the step. And then I asked, did you practice with them? The other person told me, yes, he's practicing with us every night. But then you can see he's not confident. But the people around him are giving him confidence and encouragement. I think this is the beautiful part of the staff here in Mabuhay Temple. From the people like around me now in Mabuhay Temple, I found Buddhism is is everywhere, and then we need to guide them. I have meditation session with them like once a week, or sport session, badminton, or ping pong sometime to play with them. I just want to bond everyone together and then have the same understanding, because the staff also same like the monastic. we are all from different family background. And how do we practice the harmony, like the 6 points of relevant harmony? It's not just related to monastic only, but in fact to everyone. How do we have the same understanding, and how do we learn to help one another when I have sick, and who will sub my duty, sub my post with willingness. So usually because those stuff are under me, so I know them, and then when I want to ask them to do something, usually I will ask them, I want to see their willingness, if they're willing to accept this duty. I even have a surveyor on, this whole year. Are they satisfied with the job or the duty that the task that they are given? And I'm glad that all of them have 100% certified on the task that given. So I assume they are not lying to me. And I'm also grateful that they are treating one another like family members. Because imagine some are already more than 2 or 3 years, they didn't go home. They supposed to go home like last year, but because of pandemic, so they delay their schedule. And then this year also, they didn't plan to go home because they afraid if they go home, then maybe they cannot come back again. So I think that the guiding on how to let them see the Buddhism in their daily life is important. Like usually before we having charitable activities, like we are going to pack our meal box for homeless and all, I will have prayer and then a short story with all the staff. So that is where I include the Buddhism in. So just like what Irvin did in his company, during the meeting, he will share the Dharma, instead. So I think that is a good way, maybe for some of you to practice also in your company, because there is some the teaching sometimes is not just saying this in Buddha way or in Buddhism way in this. Not necessarily we have to say in this way, but sometimes we just share a story, but it is already related to how we practice Buddhism, and let them think it over, and slowly they will practice in their daily life. So that's the harmony, how that is the harmony we practice in the temple, the monastic and staff and students. I know there is a gap, sometimes the staff will think, because they are students, they already graduate from the college, so we didn't have a discrimination, but they themselves who look down on themselves. That is and then I think this performance is amazing because they already remove all this barrier, and they just go together to do this thing and make this thing happen. So that's why I say proudly present. I can see the harmony.
Very nice video. Also the video was done very, very good.
Yeah, the video actually.
I like the color, and the one who took the video.
Yes, this is by our yard, Mark Morales. He's a professional videographer.
Oh.
I think he wants to join us also English Buddhist English study group. Maybe one day he will join us also when he's not busy. And if anyone, your company or any of your family need a videographer, I can recommend Mark Morales.
Well done. It's well done. Huh?
He was actually a Hala student, and he say, this is only way I can repay to Fo Guang-san, because Fo Guang-san has given me so much. And then he even want to share his skill or knowledge in videographer to our Haomiao students. So I think this is also a generosity from him to share.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to pay very high price when you go to different vinyl, huh? Expensive to study that. Right. Someone is offering. Yes. That's why our temple is Mabuhay Temple is practicing the 6 harmonies within the temple, not just monastic, but all the stuff in the temple. Okay.
I believe everyone is practicing. Maybe you didn't realize it.
Mhm. So shall we have our merits?
Educational merits.
Okay.
Okay. Share the screen. Thank you. Let's take a picture. Please turn on your videos. We won't ask questions anymore. You can turn on your videos now. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Lotus flower. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Master Yoli and Master Chui.
Thank you, Luisa. Thank you, everyone.
See you again next week.
Good night.
Thank you, Erwin.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Luisa.
Happy Buddha's birthday.
Happy Vesak. Happy Buddha's birthday.
Hello, Patrick.